Joining us now is Robert Michael. Welcome to the show, Robert Michael. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Great to be here. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. We had so much fun talking on the phone the other day. What I did not know about you is that you used to own lots of dogs. Tell us
Mm.
about that early beginning for you in your journey.
Yeah. So my family, I was about 6 years old. We were living in Flint, Michigan at the time, and we just wanted a family dog. So we thought, why not get a Malamute because it gets really cold. It'd be a great winter dog to have, something good for that climate. And so we got a Malamute, and then we realized, okay, maybe we should get another dog so that dog has a friend. And we went to a dog sled family who gave us another dog. And those two dogs had puppies, and we had 12 pups out of that litter. We're like, what do we do? We decided to keep all the dogs. And we thought to get into the sport of mushing as a good family oriented sport. There's a lot of mushing in Michigan that a lot of people might not know even exists there. And from the time I was 6 years old until 18, my family was heavily involved in that sport. We ended up having about 16 Malamutes. We had at times Alaskan Huskies as well. We had dogs that were just primarily working dogs, but also show dogs that then converted into working dogs. So my childhood was filled with Alaskan breeds, and it was a very unconventional childhood, but it was amazing. It was the best childhood I could have asked for.
So you use the word, is it mushing? Like MUSSH, like ING, like mush, mush. Is that mushing?
Yeah,
Is-
so
What?
I guess it's the most slang term for mushing. Most people familiarize themselves with dog sledding.
Okay.
Mushing comes from more of the Inuit form of the word. So depending on where you're at in the country, some people might say they're dog sledders, some people might say they're mushers, some people might
Okay.
say they're dog team drivers. It's just a slang term for it.
Understood. Okay, thank you for explaining that to me. Also, I wanted to know, so is like the Iditarod like the Super Bowl of that sport? Or what it like I know that word. I know what the Iditarod is, but how does that all
Yeah,
connect?
yeah, it would be like to college football, the Rose Bowl, right, or the Super Bowl for the big teams. There are qualifiers in Michigan. There is the UP 200, which is a dog sled race, which covers primarily most of the Upper Peninsula, and that's from Marquette to Grand Marais. And if you place in that, you can have a better shot of getting into the Iditarod as well. So it's not like a lot of people think. Oh, I just want to go run the Iditarod. I've been mushing for a long time. It takes a lot more than that. And there's different qualifying races around the states, but that is, I guess, the culmination, which celebrates that serum run, which took place in 1912.
Beautiful. That's so exciting. Um, Robert Michael, what I wanted to ask you about too is that now your production company is named after that. So tell us about your production company.
Yeah, so my production company is named GEEPAK Entertainment, based on the Inuit word in mushing for turning right, which is G. It's spelled Gee. So my company is GPAK, as if it's the right pack to be with. It's been unofficially my company for several years, but it wasn't until about 2 years ago that we finalized everything as an S corp. And so now everything we make is under that name.
And
Just to
what are
kind
you
of give an
making?
homage.
What?
I said just to kind of give an homage to that part of myself. Because I never wanted to quite let it go, but I want to continue the name.
It's beautiful. What are you working on? What are you producing over there?
So right now we are producing a documentary called "All Dreams Have Delays," and it's a kind of coming of age documentary with dramatic recreation. So I guess technically a docudrama. It's about a man that wanted to chase his dream and come out to California, where dreams are made, but also where dreams can be broken. And it kind of tells his story of trying to realize who he is as a person at the same time because he is a gay male and also trying to juggle this dream, which he realizes maybe wasn't his dream at all. And the story and the documentary kind of share that it's okay to change your dream and to maybe go back home and chase a new dream as long as you keep dreaming for something. I firmly believe that dreams can change. We can dream different dreams every day as long as there's something inside of you that's pulling you to something higher and something forward, and that it's okay to change whatever that might be. So it's a beautiful story about accepting yourself, but also going with the flow and realizing that maybe dreams are going to change from time to time, and that's okay.
Now, on your IMDb, you have some nice accolades. Let's talk about that. Some of the other roles that you've played.
Yeah. So most recently, we did Oblivious. There's actually the poster, which we got to turn here, directly behind me here. That I played Daniel in. I played the male lead with that. We just recently won a Telly Award as well for the music. It stars myself, Naomi Grossman from American Horror Story, Nikki Blonsky from Hairspray. Before that, I've also been on Glow with Netflix. I was a singer on that show for season 3. I played the character Sean Gum, which was on a Lifetime series called American Princess, which unfortunately only had 1 season, but I still highly recommend going watching it. It's really cute, really fun show. Jenji Cohen produced and created that show. And then I've done a bunch of different things for Reels Network, a lot more docudramas, but recently it's really been me honing in on creating a lot of my own content. And I found a lot of passion, success, and love for creating from within as opposed to creating someone else's story for them.
And indie docs are the rage. I mean, you have all the tools now, and it seems to me that people are wanting to tell their stories. They're storytellers. And so they're like, well, I can tell this story. I don't need to wait for this idea to be green lighted. It's a great idea. We have a lot of documentarians here on our staff, and, you know, their work is lovely. I mean, it's great. It's good work, right? And are you enjoying that? Are you enjoying the gift of being an independent filmmaker?
I do because before I was an independent filmmaker, I was beholden, as many are, to what someone else is going to put on the table. And I would find myself saying, "Man, I wish I could tell this story," or "Man, this story is also really great. Why isn't the Hollywood production companies making this kind of story?" And by making it myself and being an independent filmmaker, I now have the liberty to tell the stories that I want to tell, stories that maybe would have been overlooked. Even when it came to making Heartprints in the Snow, which is my dog sledding documentary, um, we were able to tell small town musher stories that normally you would never hear of unless you have somebody who is more independent making that come true. So it's liberating and it's a really warm feeling being able to tell your own stories. And I love being able to shed light on something that I could deem important, the world might deem important, that otherwise would have been overlooked. So there's a lot of success and power in that, and I really enjoy shedding light on that kind of thing.
I appreciate that so much because that's basically my mission in life. You know, someone recently kind of like said something unkind. They're like, "Oh, well, if she was really talking about me." They're like, "Oh, well, if she was that great, how come she's not like Oprah, or how come she wasn't picked up by this person or that person?" Blah 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 blah. Right? But as an independent television producer myself, part of the reason is because I want to tell the stories that maybe no one else is going to tell, or the stories or the people that might be getting overlooked, right? So I do it the
Mhm.
way that I'm doing it because that is my passion. That is my path. That's my story. That's my journey, right? So, and for me, it's
Mhm.
not about the fame or the fortune. It's just about creating good work, and every day making a difference. And I know that your new documentary is definitely going to make a difference. So I wanted to just tell you congratulations. And I see you. Does that make sense to you? Like, I see your spirit, I see your drive. We got a chance to talk for a half hour the other day on the phone about your family and all the things that matter to you. And so you're doing good work. So I just wanted to tell you kudos, congratulations, and you're awesome.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for that. As independent producers, I do believe that is the future. I do enjoy seeing so many more people, even in Los Angeles, breaking out and saying, I can do this. And if you have an iPhone that has, I mean, any iPhone now can create amazing content. Um, or if you just pick up a camera and just start learning, and there's a part in every creative person that wants to share stories, and we're living in an age now where it's so much easier to do than ever. And I'm seeing people that used to say, kind of like what you're saying, oh well, why isn't Oprah picked, why isn't she like Oprah, why isn't she like this, or asking me, oh well, if your stuff is so great, like why isn't Hollywood hiring you to direct this new series or this series or this film? And to be honest, I kind of don't want them to. I want to carve it out my own way. And I find that as a creative person, having control over my own creativity, that's what it's all about. It's not about making millions and millions of dollars. It's just being able to share something. And if you're a true creative, that's what it's about. It's not about the fame and the fortune. You hear all the time from people that are very big in Hollywood that aren't maybe the happiest because they don't have the creative freedom to really do what they want because it's being told for them. And we are now people that are creative and independent that can do it ourselves and share stories the way we want to share them. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think that's great as well. And there's room for everyone, right? And I love Oprah. Like when I started here at this TV station, I used to walk by the poster of her show back in 1997 every day, and I would look up to her and I'd be like, "Wow, I was so inspired." And I'm like, "If you could do it, I can do it." I mean, and that was like a baby girl dream, like a long, long time ago, right? And I admire her and I respect her. And but there's only one Oprah, right? And if you can't be that person, you've got to be the best you can be, right? And
Exactly.
we all have a part to play. So congratulations. It was so nice to visit with you, Robert Michael. Wishing you all the best and happy journeys to you, my friend.
Thank you so much. And remember, there's only one Donna Drake, and you're doing fantastic.
That's very kind of you to say. Thank you so very much. All right, please keep in touch with me. And thank you for educating me a little bit about your beginnings and with all those beautiful dogs. Okay, happiness to you. Be well.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much. Great to talk to you.
Bye-bye.